Hello, so picking up again on Higher Mind Awakening. I cannot even remember when I last released this video. It was this week sometime, but I don't know whether you're experiencing this like I am right now, but like one day feels like I've lived like 10 lives right now. You know, this is how we feel when we're going through ascension. As our ascension, our consciousness is expanding, speeding up, time completely changes, and we can kind of like almost not realize what we've done in the last week, feel like we've done that so much has happened and shifted and changed in a week when we haven't really done that much, if that makes sense. And that's definitely an experience that I'm in right now. So perhaps you're also experiencing similar things. So we're on to the night. The word night stems from the Greek goddess Nyx and the Egyptian goddess Neith. It is even connected to the ancient name of the Nile River, Anil, all of which translates to nothingness. Night simply is a realm of darkness, of the void. You came to the opposite spectrum of the macro void, the womb of no thing. To be reborn in order to truly know who I am. To see all your light, you must travel to the depths of your darkness. God, this is so aligned with the video I released yesterday. I'm going to leave that linked about the fact that we're really releasing a lot of density right now, collectively. And we've really been taken down to the depths in order to really rise up into the light. So I'll leave that at the end. I think it's just really aligned. The process of ascension is simple. Unconsciously, humans want to make it hard because that is how life is programmed to be. It is programmed as an illusion of enslavement. At this point in your journey, it's time to dissolve those chains of illusions. It absolutely is. And I had a vision last year of basically exactly of that, of just these chains just breaking. It is time for you to fly from the mental cage you have encased yourself within. It is not until you traverse the body of flesh that you will have conquered the dark night of the soul. For the night is the underworld, a place you came to remember your light. When you rise above the flesh and you see who you are, you will dissolve any feelings of unworthiness and emptiness. For you are all and you are connected to all. The pupil of the eye only expands in the darkness. It needs that darkness to expand, and so do you. How perfect is that, right? As a metaphor, that exactly that, right? Your pupil in that, it expands, and that's what the darkness does for us. The darkness was only ever meant as a catalyst to the light. The purpose of the darkness is to create a tension, a friction for the light to expand into. Think about yourself, anything you've gone through that's been what we class as being dark or we class as being bad, and it's not bad. That is totally a misperception. That's part of the illusionment of the enslavement. That those are the points when you've really had to go in and find the truth of who you are, find your soul, find your light, and it's expanded your light. Yes, the darkness has got out of control on this planet, but that was not the divine intention or the plan for darkness. That is not the darkness's true purpose. There is just some darkness out there that's forgotten, that has got so far, fallen so far in consciousness, it's completely forgotten it is the light. So as it tries to harm the light, it harms itself. It is its own demise. Mother, Father, God always knew this, that eventually the darkness that became so corrupted, it would destroy itself, because it can do nothing else but eventually destroy itself, because if it's fighting against the light, it's fighting against itself. That's why we have to surrender. We have to surrender and let go of control. This is really coming up hugely in my life right now, and I know, and again, I talk about this in the video at the end, it's coming up for everyone to really surrender, just allow to trust. We're really being asked to trust in ourselves, so to break out of that mental imprisonment. When you rise above the flesh and you see who you are, you will dissolve any feelings of unworthiness and emptiness, for you are all and you are connected to all. The pupil of the eye only expands in the darkness. It needs that darkness to expand, and so do you. The light needs shadows to reflect who it is. The shadows need light to see who it is. All of existence is a balancing act. All of existence dances and sways with each other. It's only when you resist moving that contraction pains intensify. Exactly when we try to hold on to things that we're being asked to let go of, like relationships, jobs, things like this, old thought patterns, addictions. Universal truth simply is, and that is existence itself. When the mind wants to ask questions, whom is this feeding? What will this accomplish? Ask yourself these questions when your mind starts to ponder. Is this feeding the mind of the mortal or of the spirit? The spirit knows all because it is all. A light master simply allows information to flow into them instead of constantly seeking answers for the mind. They do not get distracted or lost searching in the weeds. They simply glide through the valley and allow the rays of the sun to guide them. Dawn symptoms. Symptoms known as the dawn are what occur at the cusp of your higher mind awakening and anchoring. We call it dawn symptoms because this is a time when the light of your sun, solar self, starts to appear. As you traverse the night, these symptoms will arise during this stage. The following information is for those who started this as of June 2023, which is the first wave of the higher mind awakening. There will be many other waves that follow, and these dawn symptoms will occur for each wave group. This process occurs in 3 steps, and each one typically lasting 30 to 42 days. The first wave group is already anchored in the 5D, 7D timeline wave fields. It is this stage of your ascension that will help to anchor all your energy bodies onto those time waves. The last ones to anchor are your mental and physical bodies. The emotional and mental bodies must become masters because in those time waves, manifestation occurs instantly, just like that. Before you can finish a thought, it is done. And I love that. You know, lately that's been coming in so much. By the power of 3, it is done, it is done, it is done. We just have to have trust. You know, it's been reflected back to me in so many situations, and it's helping me to reflect myself on a personal challenge. But the fact that, you know, we say, you know, we've got to let the universe know that we want this or we want that. We've got to work hard to do this. No, the universe knows because you are the universe. You already decreed it is so. You just have to trust and surrender and allow. And that is something that has been so hard for us humans to do, to trust, to surrender and allow. Why? Because the whole programming has been there to make us distrust ourselves, to feel like we need to control everything. It's all been there to take us away from the truth of who we are. So it is a remembering that we need to trust, allow and surrender. But as Sunita says, it doesn't need to be difficult. It doesn't need to be hard work. It can just simply be easy. The emotional and mental bodies must become masters because in those time waves, manifestation occurs instantly. Before you can finish a thought, it is done. If your emotional and mental states are unbalanced, then it will cause those time waves to crash into each other. This will cause the energy of those higher planes to become unbalanced. Step 1. The energies of the up and coming summer season will be that of intense heat. This heat is from the light codes that will enter your physical field from January to April 2023. And I certainly felt that. These codes anchored from your higher pearl essence upon your light body. Those who felt vertigo and extreme fatigue during that time, are due to this anchoring. These codes will be felt most intensely in the crown, 9th, and solar plexus energy centers, chakras. This integration will be occurring until the end of August. The first stage will be in the crown. This is causing many of you to have an overactive mind due to the ego death stage occurring, right? Because at that point, the ego is trying to cling on, is in fear for its own survival. So it's trying to cling on so you can experience so much more coming up into your mental body as you go through those ego deaths. You will find moments where the mind feels like it is about to explode from overloads. In those moments, take time for stillness and inwardsness. Take walks in nature, swim, be active and creative. This will help these energies to flow into you in a smoother nature. Absolutely. This is what we're being asked to do. And you know, I can totally perceive this in my own life. When that starts to happen and I start to feel myself getting overwhelmed with downloads and information and a lot going on in the mind. I know I'm being asked to get into the body more, to spend more time in meditation. You know, I spend a lot of time in meditation, but through Ascension, we're being asked to almost, or at least personally for myself, do more of that, be in stillness more, be in meditation more. And that's going to bring up some of those mind fears that have been illusions where I say you're not doing enough, you need to work harder. That's not the truth, that's a lie. And again, I'm actually going to give you an example. It's going to make this really easy for you to see that that is a lie. That's part of the slave system mind frame that we've all been a part of. So this example is that lie out there that you must show the universe that you want a relationship. You must get on these dating sites. That the more, get on these dating sites, show the universe, this is how you're going to find a partner. This is how we find partners. People often say, are you single? If someone says, yeah, well, are you on dating sites? And then people feel pressure to do this. And often when they do it, it makes them feel bad. I'm doing some work with someone right now as all of these fears coming up. Feels like she's not met anyone because she's not getting out there enough. She's not on dating sites. But I'm like, all you need to do is live your life. That is it. And I was just looking for some actual facts to show that that is the truth. We've already planned we already have a divine blueprint which we came into this life with, which our soul has orchestrated for us. All we need to do is connect to ourselves, to our soul, and we're going to be guided to take action. We don't just need to take action because someone tells us it is so. We take guided action that leads us to our destiny. So for this example, I say, I actually had a look at only 7% of people meet online. So that means 93% meet organically. How do people meet? They meet at work. They meet when they walk, when they're going out. They meet through friends and family. Basically, they meet by living their life. There's nothing you need to do. And people often say, look, you can't just sit in your house and someone's just going to, a guy's just going to knock at your door and turn up. But that's not true. I know this for a fact. My friend met one of her partners. Okay, they're not still together, but she met a serious relationship who came into her life as a mirror to help her heal a lot of wounds, had a huge impact in her life, in her awakening. And what did he do? He knocked on a door and came in to do some work in her house. He literally knocked on a door and walked into her life. Of course it happens that way. The world is magical. We don't need to orchestrate that. We don't need to force everything. We just need to allow and live our life. Just focus on connecting to ourselves. Just focus on finding our light, connecting to our life, doing things that brings us joy, being in nature, being creative, all these things, and just trust that what is meant for us is just gonna come in. This is so aligned with what is in my field right now, so I love it. Okay, so this integration will be occurring until the end of August. Oh, hold on, I'd read that right. So in those moments, take time for stillness and going inward. So it says symptoms of the crown chakra: intense migraines, overactive mind, obsession with a spiritual ascension topic, mainly on shadow ones, crown tingles, broken record replay of past traumatic events. They are trying to collapse. Third eye throbs. Ear and nose sensitivity. Some may have a change in taste, food cravings, especially potatoes and fruit. That's so interesting. I definitely experienced that a lot. Extreme thirst, insomnia, new sleep patterns, several deja vu moments, which is timeline jumping, visions of Archangel Metatron and or Seraphine in dreams, visions, meditations. The key to helping this flow is to not try and dissect the energy, but to allow it to flow. Exactly. When a lot of stuff's coming up in the mind, if we're trying to solve it with the mind, we're in a hell wheel to nowhere. We're just stuck in a loop. Remember, all of existence is energy and it is meant to simply flow through you. Light a candle. Oh, interesting. I've got a little candle lit here. I decided to light a candle for this, which I don't normally do, not in the day, but I felt guided to do that. So how interesting that that's just coming up. Light a candle and look at it for 33 minutes to help quiet the mind chatter. See yourself in the light, allow it to reflect your own light. And there's a significance in the 33. Step 2. The next stage is the 9th chakra. As more are becoming plugged into their higher pearl essence, they will feel this tingling of energy at the base of their skull. This is because light coming directly from your wholeness, your oversoul, monad, pearl essence is dripping into your spine. It allows those higher vibrational, multidimensional DNA codes to anchor into your vertebrae. They will then move to grow at your thymus and disperse into your bloodstream organs, etc. Symptoms of the 9th chakra God portal integration: new wisdom emerging in your field, new higher timeline memories, desire for alone time, increased desire for meditation, spine tingles, extreme temperatures in the spine such as coolness, hotness, desire to dance like a serpent. Oh, yeah, totally. I love that she's put that, because yes, absolutely. Orgasmic feelings within, sore neck and shoulder pain, crackling in the 9th chakra area when moving the neck. Some will have soreness between shoulder blades due to DNA expanding in the heart crystal area. Step 3. The next stage will be in the solar plexus area. As taught in the Pearl Code books, there is a diamond light cord located at the belly button that plugs into the divine cosmic ocean. This is where the life force energy is fed to all of creation. All the core wounds, especially in women, are held in this area. Yeah, I was just speaking to this about my mum actually. Most empaths and psychic mediums carry more body fat around the stomach as an unconscious protection of their life force energy. Some hold a body fat here due to suppressed childhood emotions. Yeah, and I realised that was a combination of both for me. I used to be so paranoid about my stomach because I carried because everyone will say in my family I'm slim, and I am slim, but I've always had weight around my belly area, and I used to be so self-conscious of it that, you know, by 11 I was on diets. Didn't really make any difference to my stomach area. But, you know, I remember being at gym class once, and they used to I'd forgotten my gym kit, and they used to make us use some out of the lost and found box. But I was so self-conscious of my stomach, I didn't want to wear what they were asking me to wear because I just felt so fat and self-conscious of my stomach that I basically left. As your energetic bodies, including the physical, and we don't need to, right? We can love it and realize that, you know, as we do our healing, we start to release that as well. And we actually start to realize that, you know, it's actually really nice. You know, what was my favorite part of my mum's body when I was a kid? I used to love putting my head on a belly because a belly was so soft. It was like a little water bed, and my mum will say this too. I used to love putting my head on it, and it just felt so something that my mum would have been so self-conscious about because society makes us judge ourselves for these things, and it's actually natural for a woman to have this soft, beautiful belly. For me, it was beautiful. As a child, I used to absolutely love it. As your energetic bodies are shifting from being anchored in the 3rd density realities to the 5th density realities, you are collapsing those lower 3 chakras. This is happening with the stage 2 light workers mostly. What is occurring is all of the energy that no longer serves you is being pulled to this energy center. It is ready to be released through the diamond light cord at your belly button. Symptoms of the solar plexus integration: unable to push the breath past the stomach, leg tingles, leg electric shocks at night, tingles in the soles of your feet at night, hip pain, sciatica pain, diarrhea, frequent upset stomach, sensitive stomach. God, I've experienced all of these. Desire to fast some days or not, or to only juice. This is because soon you will need to eat as much food, and instead you will not. This is because soon you will need to eat as much food, and instead, I think it meant to say need to eat as much food, and instead live off light mana. Desire for breath work and body movement, especially in the legs. Heart palpitations, especially at night and when the body first wakes up. Yeah. As this integration completes, some will start to see geometric patterns around objects. This is how the ancient buildings found around the world were able to be built so perfectly. The vision to see geometric light patterns of all material forms is part of the higher timeline abilities. Most of the physical symptoms will occur at night when the physical body is more at rest. You will also notice an increase in electric shocks happening at night. To gain a better understanding of the physical transformation your body is going through, please read the Ascension Symptoms Manual. And I actually read this on my channel because it's just a book that really recommend getting a copy of it. I think it's a must read right now because everyone's going through Ascension, and like I say in that book, I'm so grateful that when I started realizing that I was going through Ascension, that there was other people that had gone through it before me that could guide me. I was really grateful of that at the time. And you know, everyone is now you cannot be on this planet without experiencing it. We are all being impacted by the solar light that's coming in, whether we are aware of it or not aware of it. If we are aware of it, it just makes that process so much easier to traverse. You know, we're not going to go into fear that there's something wrong with us all the time. So read that. We've created that manual for you to have better clarity. We ask that you all take it easy on your body and your mind. Flow as one with the river of existence, the energy river of your wholeness that flows through you. Know that you are not alone in this. You are never alone. And we, the angels, walk beside you every step of the way. I am the cosmic water lily, that rose shining from Nun's black primordial waters, and my mother is Nut, the night sky. O you who made me, I have arrived. I am the great ruler of yesterday. The power of command is in my hand. That's from the Book of the Dead. I'm going to leave it there. So that's really a short one, but I'm really feeling guided to just have that one in one video. I feel like that is a completely, whilst it's obviously part of the book, this transmission can be just watched isolated on its own as well. It holds so much wisdom codes for us right now, and it's so apt. You know, I was really guided before coming onto this call to pull a few cards for some friends and family, and what card came out twice for two of my friends and family was from the angelic 144 angelic pearls 144 oracle deck from Zanita Ra as well, because I've got that deck. If you're in the US, check it out on our Etsy shop because you can purchase that. It's amazing. I felt guided to pull some cards for my family, and what came out twice was the violet pearl goddess. And what I noticed about the violet pearl goddess, again, it's so aligned, right? What I noticed about I'll tell you and you'll know it's so aligned in a minute. What I realized about the violet pearl goddess was all of this purple. And what does the purple color signify? It signifies the crown chakra. And right now, many people are going through a crown chakra activation. The crowns are starting to open up. They're getting a lot of pressure in the head, a lot of pressure in the neck. And they're feeling a lot of confusion. A lot of shadows are coming up. And, I've just literally left a video, a message to a couple of friends and family on that, about that very thing. And, had that kind of confirmed back, at least by one of them, that they are experiencing that. So I think it's so aligned that this is the chapter that we're on today, because that is happening for us all. So I just want to leave that as its own separate transmission, and I will see you on the next one.